name is Emiliano de Anda, and today we'll be talking about the mental health of the student athlete. Now let's imagine waking up at 6:30 in the morning. You have to go to an 8 in the morning class, then have to go practice at 3 p.m. Do that, you have to stay in class, you have to stay in school, and you really can't do anything else because you commute from school to your house, house to your school. That's a long time, so you don't want to come back to your house. So, don't forget that you have to go do your homework at home. So you get it home at basically at 8 p.m. And that's basically all your day as a daily life of a student athlete. Well, let's add about the pressure of performing well and not disappointing your coach and earning your spot and keep your grades high so you can be able to transfer to a 4 year. Well, that's the reality for many of student athletes. Do you think you can handle that? Thesis. Student athletes face unique pressure that often go unnoticed. That understand these pressures is essential to improve mental health, support academic environments, and the overall well-being of a student. You probably know a student athlete or you have a family that's a student athlete. So I will be sharing this so you can understand the challenges and what they can overcome about it. Unique pressures. Well, let's start from the already started pressure of being a student athlete. Well, the athlete part, because you want to always perform at your highest. So when you have to balance academics and your athletic sports, it's quite difficult. Oh, performance and pressure and identity. That's another huge factor that I have to think about because at a college level, you have to find yourself in an environment you're able to grow. There's also the fear of losing playing time. You might not be a starter, or you might because of your injury. So let's put in an idea. There's also the possibility of physical strain and injury risk. So having in mind, that's another factor to have to be worried about. A study by Webster et al. In 2023 found that 22.3% of college students athletes are at risk of depression and 12.5% are at risk of anxiety due to stress and performance expectations. Also, another study by Newman et al. 2022, many athletes fear being replaced or losing playing time if they appear weak. So they won't be able to speak about their mental health because they're in society that makes them look weak, which I find pretty silly. The human side. Behind these physical performances, many struggles silently. So, now that we understand the pressure of the student, we can now look at how this impacts the mental health. These pressures have directly effect on mental health by a study by Weber et al. 2023 says student athletes often experience anxiety, depression, burnout, and emotional exhaustion. Also, Newman at 2022, a culture of toughness and silence kind of discourages athletes from seeking help, even when they are struggling. Torres Michi, 2019, emphasized that stigma and fear of judgment are major barriers to mental health support. Also, I want to add on that injuries can intensify emotional distress, especially when an athlete feels like letting its team down. Improvement support. Schools can provide more accessible counselors trained to work especially with athletes. That's something that Torres Michi thought about in 2019. Coaches and staff can help reduce stigma by openly discussing mental health and normalizing help-seeking behavior. Newman 2022. Jura and Jurado 2023 highlight how early education in mental health awareness prepares athletes to seek help before crisis develops, basically allowing the student athlete to develop healthy habits that will be able to find support that's needed. Also, teammates and friends play a crucial role by checking in and coaching your rest and listening without judgment, because they're part of the same boat. It's true we don't always see. As you can see, and this post is barely seen, 8 likes. But over here is 9.3K likes. So, it's spoken but not spoken enough. I believe this quote is very powerful. I used to think toughness meant staying quiet. Now I know it means speaking up and asking for help. High school athlete. Now, the second one option is you don't get any medals for suffering in silence the longest. Jerry Cole. I also believe this is powerful. Why this matters to me. Mental health affects performance, identity, and daily life. Many athletes, including friends, teammates, had emotional struggles. I believe conversation like this can save lives. So, being open about this will eventually help save a life. Conclusion. Student athletes demand physical and academic pressures that deeply affect their mental health, and understand these pressures help to create better support systems. By recognizing the importance of mental health in student athletes, we can build healthy teams, classrooms, and communities. The athletes you see performing on the field or in the gym might struggle silently, and your awareness can be the first step towards the change. So don't hesitate to check on them and be able to ask for them support back as well, because mutual support is always going to be something meaningful. It can make a difference. So that's my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.